Nia was that girl. But as I said, I love Maddie, but I am gonna hold her responsible for her mess. The 2000s are not as progressive as we think they are. Let's be real. Let's be real. They were not. When it comes to film, they were not. Disney, imagine how that is when a little black girl sees this and like, how will she react? Tired trope of the sassy black girl, and Disney has a big problem with this arc. Like, I'm tired of it. You know how Hollywood is about monoracial black girls. You know how Disney is about them too. They not exempt from this. Hey y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, hello, I am Harriyanna and welcome to the pirate ship, Harry Hook's pirate ship. I don't know what you in for, but you're in for something. It's a hot mess over here, so I hope you enjoy it. I don't know. I am aware I might a little ugly in this video. Nails not done, hair's not done. I'm missing like 2 piercings in this ear, missing 1 in this ear. It's stressful. It's finals week. Give me a break. I'm gonna look better in my next video. Trust me. I'm gonna take care of this. I'm gonna be ugly. I'm sorry. I apologize. Before we go on, we have to thank today's sponsor. As you guys already know, today's video is sponsored by The Coldest Water. The Coldest Water is a company that sells insulated water bottles. And like I said, I am in love with this thing. Like, I would not keep promoting it if I didn't like it. I truly do love this cup so much. Like I said, I've been having a lot of issues with making sure I'm staying hydrated and whatnot because I don't want to keep wasting plastic water bottles. And here with The Coldest Water, I am not doing that. I am constantly just refilling my water bottle all day long to make sure I'm staying healthy and hydrated and stay calm, because you guys know I do suffer from anxiety, and me making sure I'm hydrated truly does help with my daily jitters. So if you guys are interested in any of the products from The Coldest Water, including this one right here, I will link it down below. And also, a lot of you guys been asking me, does this work with other drinks? Does it just work with water? No, it works with all drinks, y'all, because I put juice in here before too, and it works pretty fine. I'm pretty sure it's good. It's an insulated water bottle. Like, whatever you put in here, it'll work, okay? But you have to make sure you hand wash it though. Please don't put it in the dishwasher. Please hand wash it. So if you guys are interested in The Coldest Water, I will link it down below. I always spill water on me. Like, what? Now we gotta get into our next sponsor. There's the Progenies. Does this count as a sponsor? I don't know. But it's a disclaimer, public announcement. Please go donate to the Progenies, y'all. Or just watching my videos or anything. Y'all just supporting me helps the Progenies. But we have a direct link for the Progenies where you guys can donate to. So I'm going to link that down below. And also, you guys know I'm on YouNow. Please go on do my live streams on YouNow. I will go. We didn't get to go live last week because of all the mess with the election. Yeah, pack your bags, Mr. Man. You going to jail. But yeah, all the mess with the election. I didn't get around to doing this live stream for last week, so we are going to be doing one this week. And the great thing about YouNow is that I get to talk to you guys live. It will be broadcasted live here on my channel through YouNow, and we get to just talk about whatever we want. So yeah, that's a fun thing. My shirt is like soaking wet. Do y'all see this? This is embarrassing. This is very embarrassing. What? I need to do better. Now, I know y'all been begging me for that Liv and Maddie video, y'all. That Liv and Maddie video is going to be long, okay? Because I had to rewatch the show to make sure I got my points right and correct about everything. But it's like a different vibe than the Austin and Ally one, because Austin and Ally, I genuinely, even though it was terrible, I was enjoying what I was seeing. This show, I'm not enjoying it at all. And I have words. I have lots and lots and lots of words for this show because I barely like anything about it. So the Liv and Maddie video is on halt right now because it's going to be a bit of a long one, okay? And that total drama video, it will be coming soon, y'all. It will be coming soon. It's still coming. Like, that show is just completely garbage, and so that video is just going to be a movie. It's gonna be a movie like how my last video was, but that's different because I was praising that show. On this one, I'm just trashing it. Now, also, on one of the comments that I said, I was like, what? Y'all want me to talk about a show I don't like? Okay. So that's Zack and Cody. Now, I felt like I should have been a little bit more specific about that one because some of y'all started dragging me on that. I don't hate The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I hated it when Zack and Cody were in it. Literally, I don't like the twins in that show. I don't. I'm still going to make a video about The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, just my little review of it and how I felt about the show and how if it holds up to today. Partially it holds up to today. Partially. But that video will come soon. But it is one particular thing because one of y'all commented on it. Well, I'm not going to say exactly what the comment was, but one of y'all left this comment and it really made me sit there and think and go like, we gotta talk about this. So today's video, I bring you, this ongoing series that I have, the misogynoir of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, it was like up there with like the Cheetah Girls and High School Musical and Camp Rock when it came to like successful Disney Channel properties, as they ended up getting a movie later and a spin-off television series. And they actually did get like a Danimals like sweepstakes. Did anybody win that? Did anybody win that? If you won that, comment down below. I'm trying to see something. Oh, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody actually had a really pretty long run because it's like the show ended and then they got a spin-off show. So it's like the show kept going, to be honest. It's like Sweet Life. It's just basically Sweet Life, okay? It's just Sweet Life, but we're strictly talking about the first series, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, because it's the better one out of the two, but the show still has issues, okay? Sweet Life on Deck is actually a really horrible show. Do y'all want a video about me just trashing on Sweet Life on Deck? I will do that. I will do that, okay? But here we just strictly talk about the main problem I had with Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and it's because the issue, the diversity issue, okay? We gotta get into that. There's like numerous issues with diversity, but we're strictly just gonna be talking about the black people, okay? The black girls, actually. How like I didn't watch this show for the twins. I watched it for all the other characters because I just really enjoyed all the other characters. I just found them little boys annoying. Like, I love the mom. I love the mom storylines, okay? Like, that's so weird. I love the mom storylines, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, more than I care about Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Like, not Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Zack and Cody storylines. But basically, even though the show did revolve around two little white boys, the show had a pretty diverse cast for that part. Like, is Boston that diverse, y'all? Please comment down below with, like, how the diversity in Boston is, because I am genuinely curious to know how it is up there, okay? Because I've heard it was pretty diverse. So yeah, how's the diversity in Boston? What's it like up there? It was a pretty diverse cast by Disney Channel standards, okay? Just by Disney Channel standards. I remember, like, often in and out, they would bring people of color in to like day play and whatnot, because I do remember Victoria Justice. She was so adorable in this episode where she was like the little pageant girl. This is like before Zoe 101. This is like before Victoria Justice, because we know who she was. She was brought into the television series just to day play and whatnot. So they did constantly have people day playing, but they didn't have them like as mains. Now, there was only like two main characters of color, and that was Mr. Mosby and London Tipton. Those two characters are just another topic for another discussion. Then there were like no black girls on the show whatsoever. There were no black girls whatsoever on the show. And y'all know how I feel about that. If there are no black girls, like nowadays, if there are no black girls in it, specifically if there's no dark-skinned black girls in it, I'm not going to watch it, okay? In this day and age. But we're speaking of like 2005, 2006, 2007. So I'm like, okay, I low-key give it slack, even though it's still not good. So we finally got a black girl on the show named Mary Margaret, played by the also amazing Monique Coleman.
Roles that are specifically for African American women at all. But the truth is that the character that I'm playing in High School Musical wasn't intended for a black actress. I went in there and was like, oh no, I'm gonna do this. I absolutely can. This is something that is important to me, because why does this character need to be tall and blonde? She's an intelligent person. She is a person that goes to school with everybody else. I don't see the difference. And I think that part of it is how we see ourselves. That we have to start seeing ourselves playing the lawyers, the doctors, in any sort of role that we want to play. And then it doesn't matter.
Now, many of you guys may recognize Monique Coleman as she played Taylor McKessie in the Disney Channel series trilogy, High School Musical. Like, she was Taylor in all three of those. Y'all know how I feel about Taylor's character. Please go watch my High School Musical video. I will have that link down below for reference if any of you guys are curious in that. Now, Monique Coleman is extremely talented. She literally can work with any script that she is given. So kudos to you, Miss Ma'ams. Kudos to you. But my issue with her is that, like, I think Monique is amazing. I think she deserves more. But my issue is that sorry, dang, my thing was lopsided the entire time and y'all didn't say nothing. Y'all fake. Okay, but my issue with her was that Mary Margaret, she was Maddie and London's classmate at that school that they hated so freaking much. But it was like, she was mean, like nasty. Like, you know how this typical way that Disney writes black women. She was mean, had an attitude, thought she was better than everybody. She was really smart though. I'm really glad she wasn't portrayed as being stupid, because I don't like how when they portray black people as being stupid on television. But I am pretty glad that she wasn't dumb. But that kind of doesn't, like, the bad outweighed the good in her character though. She was just like mean, really bad, nasty attitude. And then they just kind of got rid of her. They just like never explained why she didn't come back. I think it's mainly because Maddie and London got kicked out the school. But after that, we just never really saw her again. But her character didn't really do much of anything. She was just there as like Maddie's classmate that had an attitude, and Vanessa and the Hudgens was her little sidekick character, but it just wasn't, I don't know, I didn't really like Mary Margaret all that much. She was just like, it was nice to see a black girl on the show for once. Like, nice to see somebody that looked like me, like not no racially ambiguous black girl, like a monoracial black girl looking black girl. It was nice to see that. So we just kind of like took what we got, but her character it wasn't really a good character. And as I said, she was written out the show, didn't really change much to the plot anyway. It was just pretty strange. So, as you know, her characters was written out the show, so we didn't really have a black girl here anymore. It was just everybody else. And then we got Nia. I loved Nia. Let's just go ahead and throw that out there before I go any further. Nia was amazing. She brought what this show needed. Nia was that girl. Nia Mosby, that's her name. She was Mr. Mosby's niece. She was played by Giovanni Samuels, who is so freaking talented.
Family. I don't want to do this anymore. During the audition, Francia, Gary, and myself were already friends. And so when we all found out that we got the movie, it was like, oh, great. You know, we really don't have to act because we're already friends. We're already cool with each other.
Oh my gosh, I'm about to be just gushing about Giovanni Samuels for like the next 2 minutes. So like, get ready. Now, you guys may recognize who Giovanni is because she played Carisha in the third Bring It On movie called Bring It On All or Nothing, where she played Francia Riza's and Solange's character's friend in that movie. Now, that movie does have issues. I do have words about that movie, but that's like that's just another topic for another discussion. It's one of my favorite movies ever, but I'm aware that it has issues. Like, I can like things and acknowledge that it has issues. But we're not here to talk about Giovanni and Bring It On. We're here to talk about her in Sweet Life, Zack and Cody, because Nia, Sweet Life, Zack and Cody really had a lot of moments when the show got dull. Can y'all see I spilled water on me? I don't know. But they had moments when the show got really dull. And when Nia came in, it like sparked up and lit up. And I was just like, yes, the show is getting good again. Because I'm tired of watching episodes about them boys. Give me something else. And she brought it. This woman, Giovanni Samuels, she is an amazing comedy actor. She is just naturally funny. Like, she literally can work with any script that she is given. Give Giovanni Samuels her props because she deserves them, okay? She is funnier than a lot of y'all faves out here, but y'all don't want to admit that. And I blame Disney because you know how Disney is. This goes back to what Monique Coleman too. You know how Hollywood is about monoracial black girls. You know how Disney is about them too. They not exempt from this. You know how they are. So I'm not really surprised that we didn't see much of her, but I'm angry because she's extremely talented. I really feel like we should see more of her. She should be way bigger than what she was because she deserves her props. I want to see more of her. Like, I know we're in the age of change right now. I want to see more Giovanni Samuels on my television. I want to see her in my movie theater screen when we're able to go back to the movies, okay? That woman deserves her props, okay? She's great. She's freaking talented. Nia stole the show, okay? Nia literally stole the show this week of Zack and Cody. Should have been called The Sweet Life of Nia Mosby, because Nia was that girl, okay? I don't care who else was on screen at the time. If it was just her and Mosby, I can deal with it, because Phil Lewis was also a scene stealer for the show too. Like, but both of them together, an iconic duo. They were amazing. Highly, like, the best moments on this show were either Nia moments or Mr. Mosby moments. And when they were together, it was great. It was so great. It was nice to see a black family on this show, even though it was a black family. We'll go there. That's the closest thing we got to a black family on the show, but it was great. Nia was brought into the show because Ashley Tisdale, as we know, was playing Sharpay in High School Musical 2 at the time. She was away filming for High School Musical 2, so they really needed to have somebody in to fill her spot. So they brought Giovanni in to play Nia, to be there to like fill in Maddie's spot. I guess I already mentioned I love me some Nia Mosby. I love Nia Mosby. I'm about to change her to my avatar on something I have. I am a Nia Mosby stan. But her character has issues. Her character has issues. It hurts me to say this because this, like I said, Disney is extremely misogynistic towards black women and racist towards black women, and we're just going to talk about that. The show has issues when it comes to race, okay? It has so many issues. Yes, I will say, I like Nia, but she falls into that typical trope of how Disney portrays black women as loud, mean, sassy, rude, nasty attitude, not one to listen, not one to follow the rules, always want to do what she want to do, treats people like crap, yada yada. That is literally Nia. Like, literally, Nia does fall into that category, and I'm so happy that Giovanni did work with the scripts that they gave her, where she played it all to her best ability and whatnot, but it still falls into that tired trope of the sassy black girl, and Disney has a big problem with this art. Like, I'm tired of it. It's gotten better in the recent years, where basically they just have black girls in pain. That's not any better. Well, that's another topic for another discussion. We're actually going to bring that back up at the end of the video. But, there's a whole entire episode where Nia was literally being mean to a lot of little girls that were younger to her. And she was so mean to those girls to the point where they were afraid of her. Disney, imagine how that is when a little black girl sees this, and like, how will she react? How will she respond? Like, it really bothers me how y'all call yourself a family channel, and then you don't think about the actual families that are watching. Like, black kids watch Disney Channel just as much as white kids. Do you not understand how that's affecting them? And do you not understand how that is affecting how non-black people view black kids? Like, TV is literally one of the first things we see when we're learning about humans. Like, I'm gonna save that for last. I have to save that for last. I'm getting off topic. Disney constantly finds ways to villainize the black girls. Like how I said, she was portrayed as a sassy, mean black girl. If the girl is not the main or the lead character, she's villainized. She's villainized. And that's where Nia happened a lot of the times. Like, her character was villainized plenty of the times. Where she was really kind of like a troubled girl, a little misunderstood and whatnot. But she was villainized for a lot of the things that she was into, because she was a troublemaker. I will go ahead and say that. Like I said, constantly villainizing the side black girl character. Disney. Aside from that, she ended up being the token black friend. She ended up being London's little token black friend. Now, before y'all even try to comfort me, I made an entire post on my Instagram page explaining the token black kid trope. The token black kid is not always friends with a white person. The token black kid still applies to non-black people, okay? Because it happens all the time, and Disney is guilty of this because they've done it in High School Musical. They've done it in High School Musical, the musical series, and they've done it in Andy Mack, okay? Disney has done this before, where they use the token black kid trope with non-black and non-white people, okay? And also she was extremely mean to London, but London was terrible, so I don't really get too upset with that because London was trash. We're gonna have to sit and talk about London Tipton one day on this channel because I have a lot of words to say about her, and that's just gonna have to be another video within itself, okay? I have words about London Tipton. I gotta get inside Maddie's interaction with Nia. Now, I love Maddie, okay? I love Maddie Fitzpatrick so much. I loved her better. Like Sharpay to y'all is Maddie Fitzpatrick to me, okay? I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna say that. That's my unpopular opinion. Maddie Fitzpatrick literally could take on Sharpay Evans. I don't care. But as I said, I love Maddie, but I'm gonna hold her responsible for her mess. The way Maddie spoke to people, specifically people of color, we're really just talking about the way Maddie talked to people of color. The way she talked down on them like they were stupid, and the way she talked about them, especially the way she talked about Mr. Mosby and Esteban, it really comes off across as racist. It can come across as racist depending on how somebody is watching it. And as I rewatched the show, I was just like, Maddie, calm down. Don't do that. Like the scene where her and Nia literally first met, they got into a freaking argument where Maddie, like Nia was at fault too for this. I'm not going to act like Nia was innocent because she wasn't. But basically Maddie just started going off on her as soon as she met this girl, talking about give me back my shift. And I was just like, Maddie, you've been gone forever. What makes you think that somebody didn't come in and replace you? Like Maddie, I'm going to need you to do some thinking. But yes, they got into like this big argument to a point where Millicent passed out. And like I said, I love Maddie, okay? I love Maddie, but the way she would talk to non-white people really frustrates me. It really, really frustrated me. And once Maddie came back, we never saw her again. Like, yeah, she did come in and out, but once Maddie came back, she was just kind of gone because they didn't really see how, there wasn't really space for her character. But no, Nia brought a lot to the show. She made the show entertaining, and that's why I loved her. Like, I love London Tipton, but her and this stupid girl act was getting old. Like, we needed something new, and that's exactly what Nia brought to the show. And it was nice because London and Nia had amazing chemistry together. I loved seeing them together, but, you know, they just wrote Nia out the show. Like, they wrote her out the show, like, no explanation of where she went. Like, they just took her out. So, that just ended, like, on a bad note. It makes no sense, like what even happened to Nia. So what do we take away from this? You know, it's basically this. You bring a black girl into the story, you have her portrayed in a negative light, and then you get rid of her and we never see her again, nor do you explain what happened to her. That's literally what happens in the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Y'all want to know how this really hurts me? I am a black woman. I only know life as a black woman. I tell black stories. I only write stories about black girls, okay? That is my niche. That is my writing niche. I tell black stories. I specifically tell black girl stories. I go back and I watch my childhood shows that used to make me so happy. It really hurts to see that this is how people saw me when I was a kid. An innocent little girl that didn't know nothing about life. It really hurts me to know that this is how some people saw me because of the way Hollywood thinks black girls are, especially at the time given. The 2000s are not as progressive as we think they are. Let's be real. They were not. When it comes to film, they were not. Do blame like a lot of these kids shows and channels for the way a lot of kids perceive race at that age, because racism is taught, and the way they see black people and Asian people and Latino people portrayed on television through the shows they watch, they're gonna start thinking that stuff in real life, okay? Yes, black girls can be sassy. I'm a sassy black girl. I know that. Like, no, I know, okay? But I'm not the only kind of black girl out here. There are way different types of ways that black girls act. And I'm just so sick of going back and looking on my childhood shows and just seeing that this is the only way that people saw me. And that's frustrating. It's really, really frustrating, and it freaking hurts. Like, it's getting better now, kinda, because we are seeing black girls portrayed in a more negative light, when really we're just seeing them in pain, which technically isn't much better, but it's something different. So I give y'all props for that. Like I said, I'm tired of seeing black girls in pain. That's another thing. Like I said, if you're gonna, like, the thing about the pain thing, like I said, going back to the sassy black girl thing, I wouldn't mind if that wasn't the only black girl in the show. If you had different kinds of black girls in the show, fine, go ahead, do the sassy black girl, go put the black girl in pain, but you gotta have variety. Variety, Disney. Learn it. Variety. People don't seem to understand, like, it's casual racism. It's portrayed to be, I thought something, oh no. It's just my little beads. They were moving. They're on the floor right here and I stepped on them. But it's just the way... It's just really frustrating to realize that this television is the way a lot of people see different races for the first time. And if they see them in negative lights, it's really going to affect how they treat those people and how they see them in real life. That's the point I'm trying to get across with this. So... on that note, as I said, if you guys still are interested in The Coldest Water, the link will be down below. My High School Musical diversity video will be linked down below. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I think I have made all my points. Don't forget, if you guys want to talk to me on YouNow, you can do that. Please go support me on YouNow, because the last time we did YouNow, it was so fun. And I am so sad that a lot of y'all missed it. I really wanted y'all to be there. So yes, I will be making announcements ahead of time for YouNow. Please donate to the Progenies, by the way. I will be doing slow reverb remixes again, okay? I used to do them, but then, you know, my channel did a thing and I kind of stopped. Slow reverb remixes will be coming. Vlogs will be coming back, by the way, because I know a lot of y'all actually do want to see what I do on a regular basis. Vlogs will be coming back, and that's pretty much it. Thank y'all for this ride on this pirate ship. It was rocky today because I had an attitude, but I love y'all. Thank you guys so much, and goodbye.